Hello and welcome to Reverb, UEA TV's music show, bringing you the latest on the Norwich music scene, featuring performances and interviews from some fantastic artists. Coming up today we have performances from Lisa Redford and the B-Roads. UEA TV recently had a part in filming the epic music video for the B-Roads song, Mighty Simon. Let's have a look.
Well, I have a little spider friend, and he's pretty strange to see. He ain't like other spider folks, he's not like you and me. Well, his name is Mighty Simon, and his legs are very long. Mighty Simon's pretty strange to walk beside along. It's the 8 legs he's got, and being rather tall, looks quite strange to strangers, cause his body's very small. Well, Mighty Simon doesn't speak and he doesn't talk of things, but our Simon's mighty musical, and this he often sings out. Mighty Simon is he always wears a grin. The thing with Mighty Simon is that nothing bothers him, because it's far away and small upon his tiny face. Our Simon wears his grin as he goes from place to place. Well, Mighty Simon's different though, you'd love him if you met. All these other spiders scare folks off or trap them in a net. Not our Mighty Simon though, he's always nice to folks. Get past his appearance and he's just a lovely bloke. He dances too, you know, when he thinks he's on his own. He dances without music, dances all alone. Amid his mighty flailing legs, his head is buttercup. There's so much envy in the way we watch him dancing on the spot. The thing with Mighty Simon, oh, the thing we still don't know. Think about that greed where everywhere he goes. He may have been a simple man, he may have had no brains. As small a vet as his body seemed, he could have been quite insane. People often ask me if we really know the clue, because there was that constant grinning, yeah, that funny dance he do. Simon wasn't brave, but I guess that much is true. Simon, he was happier than any man I knew. In ignorance he may have been, but ignorance is bliss. The thing I note of Mighty Simon, the thing I note is this.
So I'm sat here with the B-Roads. How are you guys?
How
good?
good?
Thanks. Okay, excellent. So could you first of all introduce yourself to us and let us know what your guitars or drums instruments you play?
First.
I'm Harry and I play the drums.
Jack, I play a mandolin, guitar, and apparently today keyboards.
I'm Sam. I do just guitars and vocals, pretty much.
Okay, awesome. So how was it that you guys formed? Like, what made you get together?
I was busking and things as the B-Roads in the hope that one day I'd get a proper band. I still haven't really done that.
Ow.
It's great to sound the ghetto,
No.
basically.
Yeah. Well, and then I bumped into Harry, and he was a drummer, and so we used to jam a bit. very rarely. And then we did some busking. I remember doing that once. That was fun. And then we did a few gigs with a Celtic drum. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
just a single drum. It was really fun.
So it all just kind of came together then, like.
Yeah, and then we decided that we'd do an album, and for that I definitely wanted to bring in lots of people. So we did that a few months ago, and we had close to 30 people on that.
Right. Okay.
So there's 3 of us here, but at a B Roads gig, you could
get a bit
you
big.
usually just get one, to be
Yeah.
honest, but you might get 16. If
Oh
you
well.
want.
I just got roped in for the album and I've hung around since.
Well, that's always good. So you've just mentioned like a time frame there, but how long have you actually been together or formed?
Playing together, I guess.
Actually, it was a year the other day because I was meant to play at the awards. Do you remember the Livewire Awards? I was meant to play at an award ceremony the other day. I didn't because I didn't have any mic stands, which was fun.
All right.
But
Yeah.
but we played that gig, so like just over a year.
Oh, just a year.
Or a few days over a year.
Okay. So who would you say your main influences?
Well, I always say Leonard Cohen, Cat Stevens, and Ronnie Lane, who are 3. They're really special to me and very poetic and quite very important to me. But then when we end up going into the studio, because I'm producing, it ended up instinctively other people end up putting their thing to it. So Jack played a big part in the album, doing all sorts of different things, and I was very conscious that in bringing him on, just by the style he plays, was going to bring in other people,
different elements,
sort of other elements.
Okay.
But also, Jack was at mine last night, and I said I find myself constantly humming his songs from your band, Jack Powell and the Dirt Level.
Oh, that's cool.
She's wearing a t-shirt though, it's quite cheeky.
Good advertising there, really.
So I guess I call Jack an influence as well.
Oh,
and it's
cool.
kind of a bit of a
wow.
dream to play with you.
Thanks, man.
Excellent. So, are there any songs that you're particularly proud of, or any songs that you really, really love that you've written? Or,
We did a song called "What You Got" on the album, which we had loads of strings and trumpets and things like that. I guess I'm most proud of that because it came together really nicely.
Right.
And also the second part of it was much more chaotic and shouty.
Okay.
Which is shouty the right word?
Yeah.
And that again came together much better than I imagined it would. But the thing I like about that is that we can't get the same energy live because we haven't got an orchestra.
No.
Or the organisational skills to have one. So that's what I'm most proud of in terms of production. But lyrically and sort of everything else.
I think From the Sill's the best song.
So,
I think as a Ronnie Lane influenced musician, it's when the influence really comes out. It sounds like one of his songs. It has the same kind of feeling. The sentiment towards, it sounds very odd phrase, but the sentiment towards women. He's like, leave those girls. It's kind of a 60s thing of like, oh, you're out with the girls. It was a really big popular thing throughout 60s kind of prevalent lyrics. And I think you use it in a way that doesn't sound cheesy. It sounds really contemporary and clever.
I didn't even know I was doing that.
That's wonderful, isn't it? So, could you tell us a bit more about Mighty Simon, the new music video that you've done, and where did the ideas come from for that? Really?
I sat down with the people from UEA TV and we said that we were going to do. I wanted it to be really, really simple, and because the song came from when I was about 15, I wrote it, kind of imagining. I wasn't unhappy, but I found a lot of.
He's
people...
trying to say imaginary friend.
I'm trying to say imaginary friend.
Imaginary friend, okay.
No, it wasn't that. Don't do that to me. No, I tried to imagine what the perfect sort of person is in terms of being really nice and lovely, because I noticed. But that's life, isn't it? That everyone's really nice, but then everyone's really dark as well. So, no? Okay.
Keep going, go.
That was poetic.
So, so I tried to create that sort of idea as a short story, and then it became a character, and I realised that now looking at it, it's a silly story, but also quite weird that I used the idea of a character, a spider, like a really silly thing, as that person who's really nice and lovely and always smiling. Because I guess on some level, I didn't really think that people are like that.
Yeah.
Then I came to UEA and found that, like, there's loads of people that are like that. People like Jack.
Yeah, we are.
And, people like Jack.
So the video's a coconut on a stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
naturally, it was a coconut.
Fair enough. That does make sense. I totally get that. What's next from the B-Roads? Where are you heading?
We are doing an EP
An EP?
at the moment. It's called The Perfect Shirt.
The Perfect Shit.
And shirt.
Oh, shirt, sorry.
Wow.
That's the
It'll
opposite.
be renamed.
I know. Okay, well, I'm going to change this quickly. Will there be any more quirky music videos from the B-Roads?
Yeah, we've got 4 music videos, I think. Yeah, 4.
Right,
already.
okay.
So we've got Mighty Simon. Emily Extended is cool.
Uh-huh.
I don't really know what to say about any of them. From the Sill, you said was really stupid and weird. It is stupid and weird, but I really like it. And then What You Got, we did both parts. It's a 7-minute music video. It's like a marathon.
So where can they all be found? Where?
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Search the B-Roads.
Okay, excellent.
And you
Sorry,
can
yeah.
download our album for free.
You can download your album. Where at?
www.thebroadsband.com.
Awesome. So, thank you very much, guys, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you.
You can download the B-Roads album for free at thebroadsband.com. Now, if we go over to our performance area now, we can see the boys in action. Here's the B-Roads performing Emily Extended, From the Sill, and the Mighty Simon.
A humble little victory, a bucket full of rain. He ran you to the mountains and you ran him back again. And you grew old on the way. You grew old on the way. You grew old, you grew old, you grew old, you grew old, and you grew old, you grew old on the way. Chasing shadows around your dark room and draperies in a storm. Loving with a slow burn. You don't feel no alarms and you're too old to feel the rain. You're too old to complain. You're too old and you're too old and you're too old. Too old and you're too old. You're too old to feel the rain. And rummage through your icebox, paint your face across the walls, and grope him with a stranger man and catch him with your all, and you'll fold in no short time, and you'll fold in no short time, and you'll fold and you'll fold and you'll fold and you'll fold and you'll fold, oh friend of mine. There's no roses in your garden, but there's petals on your bed. All these crazy drunken men are running through your head, and it gets cold in there at night. It gets cold in there at night. And it gets cold, and it gets cold, and it gets cold, it gets cold, it gets cold. You've got your bed of roses that sits you when you're sleeping. Your eyes on your bedside clock so clutched to what it keeps. And you've been told all the rhymes. You've been told all the times. You've been told, and you've been told, and you'll be told. You've been told, and you'll be told. You'll be told one more time. And it's a humble little victory. It's a cheeky little victory. And it's a sneaky silent victory. You can't find room to breathe, cause the island's island in the dark waters underneath. And you're sold to the rain. And you're sold, you can't complain. And you're sold, 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 and you're sold out to the rain. Let's go. When you're next alone at your window sill and traffic below is all moving still. Well, take time to leave this world. Forget your vices, forget them girls. Be alone, or be alone. Taste your home. When the world is still and you can feel them beating, and people are still and you can feel them fleeting. Well, take your time to leave this world. Forget your vices, forget them girls. Be alone, or be alone. Taste your home. All your troubles can keep, they're only troubles that you made. And don't you go to sleep now though, and don't you be afraid. Because he's not a ghost when you're getting up close, just an old white sheet with a pair of holes. Don't be afraid, oh don't be afraid, it's the way you were made. When you're next alone, 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 when you're next alone.
If at night you can hardly sleep, open up your windows and thoughts you'll meet. Feast your eyes, feast your eyes on the night.
Right, Simon?
Yeah.
Suppose it is.
Okay.
F sharp.
Okay.
Well, I had a little spider friend, and he's pretty strange to see. He ain't like other spider folks, he's not like you or me. Well, his name is Mighty Simon, and his legs are very long. Mighty Simon's pretty strange to walk beside along. See 8 legs he's got, and being rather tall, he looks quite strange to strangers, cause his body's very small. Well, Mighty Simon doesn't speak, no, he doesn't talk of things, but our Simon's mighty musical, and as he often sings, ah, wow, wow, wow. Oh, the thing with Mighty Simon is he always wears a grin. The thing with Mighty Simon is nothing bothers him, no, it's far away and small alone upon his tiny face, but our Simon wears his grin as he goes from place to place. Wow, wow, ooh, 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 wow. Well, Mighty Simon is different though, you'd love him if you met all these other spiders, scare folks up or trap them in a net. Not our Mighty Simon, no, he's always nice to folks, and if you get past his appearance, well, he's just a lovely bloke. Ah. Wow, wow, wow. The dances too, you know, when he thinks he's on his own. He dances without music, and he dances all alone. In his mighty flailing legs, his head is but a done. There's so much envy in the way we watch him dancing on the spot. Ah, wow, ooh, wow, wow. And the thing with Mighty Simon, oh, the thing we still don't know, the thing about that grin he'd wear everywhere he'd go. He may have been a simple man, he may have had no brain, because it was smaller than his body could see, and he could have been quite insane. Well, Simon wasn't brainy, no, I guess that much is true. Simon, he was happier than any man I know. In ignorance he may have been, but ignorance is bliss. The thing I know, mighty Simon, the thing I know is this. Ooh,
A brilliant performance from the B-Roads there. UEA TV's Zoe Jones recently conducted an interview with Mercury Prize nominee King Creosote. Kenny Anderson, who is the voice behind King Creosote, is from Fife, Scotland, and has written over 40 albums since 1997. Here's a preview of the interview.
I won't let you fall as low as I've been. I promise to crawl.
Hello, I'm Zoe from UEA TV and I'm here with Kenny Anderson, otherwise known as King Creosote. Hello Kenny, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Have you played Norwich before?
I was here a year and a bit ago with John Hopkins, and then before that, yeah, maybe 2 or 3 times. I had a name for a record label first, and that was Fence. And I needed something to go on the fence, that was Creosote. I had a band after I left uni, and it was like a busking band, and then we went on, got signed, and then and it got to a point where the sort of stresses of it and the sort of lack of perceived success kind of overtook like the enjoyment of playing music. And then I got to a point at the end of my 20s where I felt like I just made a bad career move, really. I'd picked something that on the surface I was kind of really passionate about and, well, not amazing at, but we did well enough. But stacked against that was all this other thing, which I suppose is the business side of it. And it got to a point where the band like broke up altogether, and I just couldn't get my head around how that, that something like being in a band, which is something that you dreamed of for so long, could be worn down to the point where there is no band. So I basically sat for a year and just had to think out what was it I really enjoyed about, being a musician, I suppose, or singer-songwriter, and what came out of that was that it didn't really need to have been so stressful. There was no, once you get involved in agents, with managers, with record labels, they've all got different agendas, and they're definitely not aligned with your sort of artistic idea of where you're going.
Jumping in the cats, start getting old.
And if you want to catch the rest of that interview, you can look on our YouTube page to see the whole thing. So I'm sat here now with Lisa Redford, who will be performing for us shortly. Hi Lisa, how are you doing?
Hi, good, thank you.
Good. So you've been back in Norwich for a while now.
Yeah.
But you recently spent some time in touring America. Do you mind telling us about that?
Yeah, no, it was very exciting. Basically, I've spent most of the last 3 years being based in New York City.
Wow.
Yeah, it was brilliant. A bit of Brooklyn at some points, and then Manhattan. And I was there sort of primarily for my music, recording new stuff, some of the songs that I'm going to play.
All right.
And yeah, it was very inspiring.
Inspiring, yeah. Well, I was literally just going to bring on to the next question, actually. Has, obviously, America influenced any of your music, like any genres like country or anything like that? Anything?
Yeah, definitely. Well, even before I went, my stuff, my other sort of songs were very inspired by sort of Americana, American folk and things like that. One of my CDs is a lot of like pedal steel and banjo and all that. And then now it's even more seems to be even more sort of popular, as it were, with Mumford & Sons and, that sort of organic sound.
Yeah, Passenger and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. So, who would you say your main influences are? Obviously, you've mentioned a few bands, but is there anyone?
Yeah, I like a mixture of stuff, really, to be honest. I mean, current faves, I suppose I love Kings of Convenience.
Yeah.
No, I wish I could play as well as them. I like Ryan Adams'
Right,
music very
yeah.
much. Sort of male songwriters like Josh Rouse. He's not hugely known, but he's a brilliant songwriter. A lot of old school stuff, Simon and Garfunkel, Cat Stevens, like the guys also mentioned. So just sort of great songwriters, really.
Awesome.
Good melodies.
Yeah. Well, Bob Harris, obviously the radio presenter, the legend of the radio presenter, is a big fan of yours. You've had a lot of high praise from him, obviously. How does that make you feel? I mean,
I mean, for someone like you know, myself, an independent artist, you know, pushing away on my own, to have somebody like his support is just incredible, really, because, you know, he's played a lot of my songs. I've been in for 2 sessions on Radio 2, which was amazing. And, you know, again, and now with like Twitter and social media, he's often also promoting my music on there. So someone like me, this you know, definitely one of the highlights of my career.
Yeah, no, definitely. So can we expect any more BBC airtime soon? Or?
Oh, hopefully, yeah. I mean, Dreaming Crowds have sort of got out the song that I'm playing, and you know, sort of got that off to the BBC radio stations, and so hopefully, definitely.
Spreading the news kind of thing. Yeah. What have you been working on recently?
Mostly sort of promoting the new songs, really, but also got a number of projects on the go, including having my songs remixed. A bit of an electro pop vibe to some of them, which I really like, because I like that style of music as well. And so hopefully bringing them out as well soon, have sort of some cool video to go with it. When the weather brightens up, I want a really summery video, but it doesn't ever seem to happen.
That's just typical England, though, isn't it? So UATV have been working on a music video for your Dreaming Crowds. It's taken a while. We have been working on it very hard, and it's brilliant. So I know it's been an anxious wait, but would you like to watch it before you perform?
Yeah, I'd love to see it, yeah.
So anyway, I'll say thank you to you first, and then we'll watch it, and then we can let you perform. But here is UATV's music video for Lisa Redford's Dreaming Crowds. Enjoy.
You put your keys on the table, then huddle up by the stove. The radio is your company. You never felt so alone. So feed the cats and just go to bed on borrowed sheets and borrowed time, hoping tomorrow you'll find a way. Heaven knows you've tried, but you feel so tired. Will you always be chasing a dream where nobody knows how you really feel? Forever lost, but forever free. Will you ever know where you should go? Forever dreaming in crowds, more than you know is alive, waiting and hoping for life to turn around. Another unknown platform, no destination in mind. No matter where you are going to, there's something you can't turn around. You put your keys on the table and huddle up by the stove. The radio is your company. You never felt so alone.
That's about all we have time for today on Reverb, but we'll see you soon for your next music fix. Playing us out, here's Lisa Redford with her performance of Reminders and Dreaming in Crowds. Until next time, UEA.
You put your keys on the table and huddle up by the stove. The radio is your company. You never felt so alone. So feed the cats and just go to bed on borrowed sheets and borrowed time, hoping tomorrow you'll find a way. Heaven knows you've tried, but you feel so tired. Will you always be chasing a dream where nobody knows how you really feel? Forever lost but forever free. Will you ever know where you should go? You're forever dreaming in crowds. More than you know is allowed. Waiting and hoping for life to turn around. Another unknown platform, no destination in mind. No matter where you are going to, there's something you can't find. No matter how you try, and will you always be chasing a dream where nobody knows how you really feel? Forever lost but forever free. And will you ever know where you should go? You're forever dreaming in crowds. More than you know is allowed. Waiting and hoping for life to turn around. You wonder if it's your destiny to be lost. You ran away, now you have the time to count the cost. Will you always be chasing a dream where nobody knows how you really feel? Forever lost but forever free. And will you ever know where you should go? You're forever dreaming in crowds. More than you know is allowed. Waiting and hoping for life to turn around. You put your keys on the table and huddle up by the stove. The radio is your company. You never felt so alone. Okay. I wish that you could see how lonely life has been here without you, here without you. I do my best to change, but it's just not the same what I'm used to, what I'm used to. And all that I can see are reminders of a life that used to be far behind us. Never tire of the melody, but I need to set it free. Now it's over. Now it's over. And all that I can see are reminders of a life that used to be far behind us. The things that we don't see, they remind us of the pain we feel. And a life that used to be stays inside us. All that I can see, all that I can see, all that I can see. And all that I can see are reminders of a life that used to be far behind us. The things that we don't see, they remind us of the pain we feel. And a life that used to be stays inside us.